Back to Fallout 4 Xbox One mods, and as you can see we're starting in an unusual place today. That's because this mod you have to start off in Vault 101 or 111, and as you probably know by the title already, it's Overwatch weapons. So where you want to go is when you come into the Overseer's office. Now under the desk there's a safe, and in the safe you have the 4 new weapons that we're going to be looking at. So I'll take them out of here and we'll find a better place to showcase them. Now that we're out in the open and a bit late, time to show some of the weapons off. To start, we'll go to the top weapon, which is the Dragon Blade, which as you know is Genji's sword. So let's see what that looks like. So, if I can show it off here. It's fairly accurate to the game. Has that green little tint on the blade. Nothing special about it like in the game though, just regular sword with this skin. Kinda cool. If you're into that kind of melee for Fallout. Damage is 201, that's because I'm maxed out, so I'm not too sure what the base damage is. But compared to Batten is normally 16 for base damage. Before you upgrade you can kind of guess that yourself. So I'd say be kind of on par with the maybe Chinese officer sword. Wouldn't be too much better than that. So let's move on to the next weapon. So as we have here the next weapon, which is Reaper's shotgun. And since this is Fallout, we obviously don't have dual wield, so a single one would have to do us. So as you can see, you can't aim no sights with this because of the skin itself, so you're going to be hip firing from this a lot. So that's how it works. And I will be showing these weapons fighting enemies soon once I showcase all of them first. So, typical shotgun. Fairly accurate to the game, I'd say. Since I've been playing it myself, I really like this weapon, so it's quite nice. So you can see it there in his hands. So, on to the next one. Now for this one we have Reinhardt's hammer. As you know, it's obviously based on the sledgehammer in this because they're both rocket powered. Except this one now has a little Vault-Tec on the front. And it's much smaller than Reinhardt's actual because otherwise it would just be ridiculously big. So that's the blocking animation. The swing. Very loud by the way, just to let you know that. And the damage on this is 388. And the damage on the Hellfire, which I forgot to show, is 158. So, whatever your skills are, it'll be based upon that. So 308 is quite a lot. So we'll see what kind of damage that does in a minute, after we show off our last weapon. Now for our final weapon we have Fair's rocket launcher, which is really nice looking I think. And the damage on this is 746. Now there is one small problem with this, but the mod creator did say he's working on it, which is the animation for reloading is just completely off. So when you shoot it, it reloads like a missile launcher, which is just completely wrong. And it only has one bullet rather than the 6 I think it usually is in Overwatch, so bear in mind that if you get this mod it will eventually be updated to fix that kind of thing. So till then you're kind of stuck shooting the one at a time. And that's the 4 weapons for now. There's not much more weapons besides these. Maybe they'll add more in the future. But for now, all we can do is just show what kind of damage this does. So let's go find some enemies. Right, so to sake of convenience, I'm just going to pick a fight with the Brotherhood. Because it's too awkward to try and fight enemies and they're fairly strong to kind of demonstrate these weapons on anyway. So we start off with the sword. Okay, attack back man. Alright, now we can show. So I took him down in a fair few swings. So as you can see, it does a lot of damage. A ridiculous amount for a sword. Now bear in mind I do have all the perks for the sake of showing off mods, so it's not going to be this strong when you're using it. Just like every other weapon. So it will be scaled down a little bit. So that's it. Takes down a power armor in 3 hits. So let's move on to the next weapon. Now up next we have the shotgun. So let's see what kind of damage this will do, since we can only hold a single instead of a double. Right, not to get aggroed. So, as once again, strong against normal people, not great against power armor. But as a shotgun goes in this game, it's not too bad. Still has a lot of damage. So once I die here, we'll go on to the next weapon. So up next is Reinhardt's hammer, which I'm kind of looking forward to using because with the high damage on this, it should be fairly destructible. So, let's see what kind of damage it does on this guy. Okay, so 3 hits, not too bad so far. See what kind of damage it does against these guys. Alright, so as you can see, this is very, very powerful, as it should be. So it's more or less one hitting every normal person. Okay, before I die here, let's try and find another power armor person. And a double hit. Alright, straight upstairs. It's supposed to be one around. Okay, I looked around the rest of the airport and there was no more power armor people and I wiped the entire base, so I've come to the Pribwin where there's a lot more power armor and we're going to try and take these guys out to show the real damage. So let's start with this guy to aggro everyone. There we are. Really? Oh, no, we're attacking. I thought he was going to leave it go. Okay, that's just robots. So, as you can see, this paladin is above my level, he's skulled. And it's doing a fair bit of damage to him. So without the Nord Rage here on, it's more or less about 4 or 5 hits to kill him. And it just one hits everyone else. So, this is a really good weapon. If you're going for melee, whatever you want to call it. Hand to hand weapons, that sort of thing. So before I die, you can see once again what kind of damage this does. And once I die, or if I die, I'll show off the last and final weapon. Alright, so for our final weapon, and for the sake of convenience, I'll just do it on the Predwin here as well, which is Farah's rocket launcher. So let's see what kind of thing it does. These guys. Start off with him. Oh, and by the way, I never mentioned aiming in. You just kind of have to guess, because it doesn't give you anything to kind of aim with. So, hip fire or just kind of, you know, work it out. So, here we go. Okay, that was ridiculous. Is no one going to attack me for that? It's like a mini nuke. Okay, that's some serious damage. I was not expecting that when I used it. Okay. So I guess that's that done. So, as you can see, that does a serious amount of damage. It's basically a mini nuke rather than a missile launcher. So, that about wraps it up for this mod. As you got to see, the 4 weapons, their skins, how they damage enemies, and how ridiculous some of those 2 weapons can be. Which is the hammer and the rocket launcher, because it just completely destroys enemies. And hopefully they'll add more of these weapons in the future, and if they do, I'll always give them a look, give them a show you how it works, if any of them are worthwhile, that kind of thing. So, if you like this video, I'd appreciate a like. If you'd like to see more mods or just videos in general, you can always subscribe. So, thanks for watching.